Welcome to English Practice with Monica. Today, we're starting our 30-day challenge to help you speak English faster. This is day 1, and our first topic is all about you. For the next 30 days, you are going to challenge yourself to speak more English, think more quickly in English, and become more comfortable expressing your ideas. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need a huge vocabulary, and you don't need to sound like a native speaker. What you need is practice, real practice. Today, we're starting with one of the most important speaking skills, talking about yourself. It sounds easy, but when someone suddenly asks you to talk about yourself in English, you may realize that you don't know where to begin. You may know hundreds of English words, but putting those words together quickly can be difficult. That's exactly what we're going to practice today. Imagine that you're at an international event. People from different countries are meeting for the first time. Someone walks up to you, smiles, and says, "Hi, nice to meet you. Tell me a little about yourself." You don't have time to translate every sentence. You simply need to communicate. Let's listen to a complete example. Imagine this person is introducing themselves. "Hi, it's great to meet you. I'm from Argentina, but I've been living in Canada for the past few years. I work as a graphic designer, so most of my days are spent working on creative projects and communicating with clients. I really enjoy my work because I like solving problems and turning ideas into something visual. Outside of work, I spend a lot of time with my family and friends. I also enjoy traveling whenever I have the opportunity. I love visiting new places, trying different foods, and learning about other cultures. I've been learning English for quite some time because I want to feel more confident when I travel and communicate with people from different countries. Sometimes I still make mistakes, but I'm trying to focus more on communicating and less on being perfect. One of my biggest goals right now is to improve my English enough to have natural conversations without constantly searching for the right words. I know it will take time, but I'm enjoying the process. That is a natural introduction. Notice that this person didn't try to use complicated words. They simply connected different parts of their life, where they're from, where they live, what they do, what they enjoy, why they're learning English, and what they want to achieve. That's what you're going to do today. But we're not going to ask you to speak for 15 minutes immediately. We're going to build your speaking ability step by step. Part 1. Who are you? Let's start with the most basic part of an introduction. Who are you? Imagine that you're meeting someone for the first time. Here's another example. I'm from India, and I currently live in a large city. I work in technology, and my job keeps me pretty busy during the week. I've always been interested in computers and new technology, so I enjoy what I do. I'm also someone who likes learning new things. Whenever I have free time, I usually watch documentaries, listen to podcasts, or read about subjects that interest me. This introduction gives us much more than basic information. It gives the listener a picture of the person, and that's exactly what you want to do. Don't simply give information. Give the listener a picture of your life. Think about your own life. Where do you live? What is your daily life like? What do you spend most of your time doing? What kind of person are you? What interests you? Now, Pause the podcast if you need a moment. Think about your answers and then start speaking. Don't write a paragraph. Just think about the ideas and speak. Try to speak for 1 minute and keep going, even if your English isn't perfect. If you make a mistake, continue. If you forget a word, find another way to express the idea. That's an important speaking skill. Part 2. Talk about what you enjoy. Now let's go deeper. When people meet someone new, they often talk about their interests. What do you enjoy? What do you do when you have free time? Here's an example. I really enjoy cooking, especially when I have enough time to experiment with different recipes. I also love watching movies, particularly movies based on true stories. On weekends, I usually spend time with my family, and if the weather is good, I like going outside for a walk. I don't need anything complicated to enjoy my free time. Sometimes just having a quiet evening, listening to music, and watching something interesting is enough. Notice how natural this sounds. The speaker isn't simply saying, "I like cooking." They're developing the idea. They explain what they cook, when they cook, and why they enjoy it. That's how you make your English more conversational. So now, talk about your interests. Don't just name them. Explain them. If you enjoy music, talk about what kind of music you listen to. If you enjoy sports, talk about which sport you follow and why. If you enjoy traveling, talk about places you visited or places you'd like to visit. If you enjoy reading, talk about what you like to read. If you enjoy spending time with your family, describe what you usually do together. Your challenge. Speak for 2 minutes about the things you enjoy. Don't worry about making every sentence perfect. Your goal is to keep your ideas moving. Part 3. Talk about your daily life. Now let's make the challenge more practical. Imagine that someone asks, "What does a normal day look like for you?" Here's an example. Most of my weekdays start fairly early. I usually get up, have something to eat, and get ready for the day. Then I spend several hours working. Some days are very busy, while other days are more relaxed. Around lunchtime, I take a short break before continuing with my work. In the afternoon, I usually finish the things I need to do and then spend some time on personal activities. If I have enough energy, I exercise or go for a walk. In the evening, I have dinner and usually spend some time watching something or reading. Before going to bed, I like to think about what I need to do the following day. My routine isn't exactly the same every day, but having a general routine helps me stay organized. Again, notice the difference. This isn't just a list of activities. It's a connected description: morning, afternoon, evening. And the speaker adds details naturally. Now it's your turn. Describe your normal day. Imagine that you're telling a new friend what your life is like. Speak about your morning, then your afternoon, then your evening. Try to speak for 2 minutes. Part 4. Talk about your goals. Now we're going to talk about something more personal. Your goals. What do you want to achieve? Maybe you want to improve your English. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to change careers. Maybe you want to learn a new skill. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you simply want to become more confident. Here's an example. Right now, one of my biggest goals is to become more confident speaking English. I don't want to spend so much time thinking about grammar before I speak. I want to be able to have a conversation express my opinions, tell stories, and communicate naturally. I also want to travel more in the future. I'd like to visit places I've never seen before and meet people from different backgrounds. I think learning English can help me do that because it gives me access to people and information from all over the world. I know that reaching these goals won't happen overnight. That's why I'm trying to focus on small improvements instead of expecting immediate results. Now think about your own goals. What do you want your life to look like in the future? What are you working toward? Why is it important to you? Speak about your goals for 2 minutes. And remember, you don't need sophisticated English to talk about important things. Simple English can communicate powerful ideas. Part 5. Put everything together. Now we're going to combine everything. Imagine that you're sitting across from someone you've never met before. They ask, "Tell me about yourself." This time, don't answer with just 2 or 3 sentences. Give them a real introduction. Talk about where you are from, where you live, what you do, what your daily life is like, what you enjoy, what you're interested in, why you're learning English, and what you hope to achieve. Here's one final example. It's nice to meet you. I'm originally from a small town, but I've been living in a much larger city for several years now. I work in education, and I really enjoy it because I get to meet different people and help them develop new skills. My daily life is usually quite busy. During the week, I spend most of my time working. But I always try to make some time for myself. I enjoy reading, listening to music, watching documentaries, and going for walks whenever I can. I've always been curious about other countries and cultures. So one of the reasons I'm learning English is that I want to communicate with people from different parts of the world. I don't want language to stop me from having conversations or understanding new ideas. In the future, I'd like to travel more, continue learning, and become more confident in English. I'm still making mistakes, of course, but I'm not going to wait until my English is perfect before I start speaking. I know that speaking is part of the learning process. That's a little bit about me. Now it's your turn. This is the main challenge of day 1. Speak about yourself for 3 full minutes. No script, no reading, no translating every sentence. Just speak. If you make a mistake, continue. If you forget a word, explain the idea differently. If you finish one topic, move to another. Keep the conversation alive. The extra challenge. If 3 minutes feels comfortable, let's make it harder. Imagine that you're talking to someone who wants to know more about you. After your introduction, they ask, "What are you most proud of? What is something you would like to change about your life? What is something you've always wanted to learn? Where would you like to travel? What motivates you? What kind of person do you want to become?" Answer each question in English. Don't prepare your answers. Give yourself only a few seconds to think. Then speak. This is where the real challenge begins, because real conversations don't give you unlimited time to prepare. Someone asks a question. You think, and you respond. That's the skill we're building. Day 1. Today's final challenge. Now you're ready for the final challenge. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Speak about yourself continuously for 5 minutes. Start with your life today. Talk about where you are, what you do, and what your days are like. Then move naturally into your interests. Talk about the things you enjoy. Then talk about your past. Mention an experience that influenced you. After that, talk about your future. Explain your goals, dreams, and plans. And finish by explaining why learning English is important to you. 5 minutes. No script. No memorized paragraph. Just you, your ideas, and your English. When you're finished, don't immediately judge yourself. Listen to your recording. Notice what you did well. Notice where you hesitated. Notice which words you repeated. Notice where you stopped because you didn't know what to say. Those moments are valuable. They show you exactly what you need to practice. And remember something important. Making mistakes while speaking is not failure. Silence is not fluency. Waiting until your English is perfect is not fluency. Fluency comes from using the language again and again. Today, you started. Tomorrow, you'll do something different. You'll take the English you already know and use it to describe something that happens every single day. Your routine, your morning, your afternoon, your evening, your life. Because the more you learn to describe your world in English, the less you need to translate your world into English. This is only day 1. There are 29 more challenges ahead. Keep going. Keep speaking. Keep improving. Day 1 is complete. See you tomorrow for day 2. Describe your day.